The grass is always more gay on the other side of the gaycation. Good evening, laddies, lasses, and lasses, and welcome to the click. You smell absolutely gaycation today, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Speaking of gaycation, check out the Gaycation Emotional Support Team and link in the description. Speaking of other things like gaycation that are also really deep and meaningful and makes you think about the very fabric of the existence that we find ourselves in. Welcome to r/Im14andThisisDeep, because that's basically the mental age of myself and everyone on this channel. Enjoy. Mwah.
Never try to hurt me. If I hurt you back, you'll Google how to stop crying. I'm gonna make you cry.
Oh, careful there, Timmy. Don't wave that meme around too much. You might cut someone on the edge.
Your first mistake was thinking I was one of the sheep. Rawr.
A member of US Congress posted this. Can we just go back to like raw XD random potato humor? At least it was cringe, but it was kind of wholesome and pure in a way. What the hell is this? This is like wannabe alpha male shit on Twitter. But it sounds like a 12-year-old wrote it because they just found out what a wolf pack is. Silent generation, optimism, bright future, baby boomer, dream big, Gen X, okay, millennial, life is hard, Gen Z, we are doomed! Oh, and then it says pessimism there at the very bottom, because TikTok and YouTube is pessimism, but war and fire is optimism. Okay, so I guess what this comic is trying to say that, you know, despite things getting better or having more materialistic things, we're still getting more depressed. And we're so sad, and kids these days are so soft because they're on their TikToks and being depressed. Fucking disgusting. I suppose the first aspect to it is one that's quite valid. Limit your exposure to social media, because there are plenty of studies out there that shows that you get more miserable the more time you spend on social media. Ironic coming from someone that works with it, I suppose. I'm hardly not promoting the trends I benefit from. But it's like, don't spend too much time on Instagram. It will give you body image issues. Don't spend too much time on like rage-baity, algorithm-fed platforms like TikTok or Twitter, because it will just leave you angry and depressed every single day, you know? There is a valid argument to be had there. Everything is good in moderation. Stay informed, but don't do it to a ridiculous extent, right? And in a more short term, we're also seeing the ramifications of COVID and people who got socially isolated, for example. And nowadays, we also have way more awareness, and we talk way more about stuff like depression or mental health or what have you, compared to what we did back in the day. You know, the stereotype about, like, I don't know, the suburban mom in the 60s who just went home and took pills and wine, you know? That's not because she was super happy. We just didn't call it depression for whatever reason. So, you know, there's many aspects to it, but I feel like stuff like this always simplifies it down to a point where it just becomes like young people bad, instead of actually talking about why things are looking the way they are and what you can do about it on a personal level. There are different types of relationships. Alright, the first one just looks kind of abusive. The second one looks like a one-way street when one is just a taker. And the last one is just kinky, man. Like what? You make your partner explode? That's the... and spray everywhere? Is that the metaphor? Oh, honey, you're so carbonated today. Don't mind if I make you explode all over the fucking house. Ah, young love.
A wise man once told me, once you start learning, the L becomes silent. Read that backwards.
What's without the L, it's earning. What am I supposed to read backwards?
Silent becomes L the earning. Start you once.
Thanks, Joda, for the deep philosophical, I don't know, grindset TikTok material.
Imagine if trees gave off Wi-Fi signals. We would be planting so many trees we would probably save the planet. Too bad they only produce the oxygen we breathe.
I feel like this meme has been circulated on the internet for at least 15 years, because I think back when this was made, the norm was still to hook up to Wi-Fi instead of having like 5G everywhere you went, right? So I feel like this meme has just been regurgitated for the past 15 years, and it's so outdated, but people still spread it.
If you kill a cockroach, you are a hero. If you kill a butterfly, you are evil. Morals have aesthetic criteria. Friedrich Nietzsche, look at this picture of...
What the hell is that chessboard? That is so many chess pieces, and I think some of them are also melting. All right, thank you, AI Nietzsche, for this amazing quote 14-year-olds are sharing on Twitter.com. But to be fair, I feel like this post actually does have a point. It's just posted in a really, like, weird, edgy, cringe way. Like, pretty privilege is a thing. The halo effect is a thing. There is a reason why it's easier to make like a villain or an evil thing that is like spooky or ugly. And if you make it hot, everyone just simps over it on Twitter. It's like, oh my god, I know he's bad and like a mass murderer, but he's also got dreamy eyes and shit, you know, and that's what really matters. His balls are probably f***ing massive. We all still just have monkey brains, man. That's what this proves. We're all still just little monkey brains. Choices made in anger cannot be undone. Here is puppy jumping for bird, but he's gonna go splat. I like this. It's just saying never act on impulse. It's a lesson a lot of people have to learn the hard way. In anger, we should refrain from both speech and action. Pythagoras. I mean, this one is also just kind of good advice. This is something I apply when I do like business and stuff, and I'm so important businessman. You know, when I get an annoying email or something like that, I'm like, man, I kind of have to reply to this one. Oh my god, I'm so annoyed. But instead of answering it while they're still kind of upset and annoyed, you go for a walk, or you do it a bit later and you like vent in between. And then usually it comes out in a much more mature and thought through way. So yeah, stuff like this, definitely good.
Why did the prisoner choose the bread instead of the key? If you know the answer, you're a philosopher.
Well, you can't fucking eat a key now, can you, Timmy? Or is it because the cage represents society? So even if you break out, you're still in society where you need bread. But life is a prison, so even if you break out, you're still in prison. Oh my god. So my 13-year-old nephew recently broke up with his girlfriend, and this is his Roblox bio.
I want someone to heal me, to make me forget what has happened in the past, so I can live peacefully with them and without pain of the past. That's what made me chase love so much. This is my avatar.
That contrast is so fucking good, man. You can kind of see the pain in the eyes of that avatar. I kind of see that one. That's like a villain origin story right there.
Tiffany broke up with me in 7th grade. That is why I'm gonna crash the moon into all the orphanages in the world.
People can die at 18 and not have a funeral until 75. Read that again. People can die at 18 and not have a funeral until 75. Read that again. People can... Okay, I think we get it. It's just like some edgy shit about like, oh my god, I'm dead inside because my high school crush dumped me, so even though I'm not gonna be buried for 80 years, I'm already dead. Thanks, Tiffany, you fucking little heartbreaker piece of shit. This says a lot about society. 1980s, small butt, big phone. 1990s, medium butt, medium phone. 2020s, big butt, small phone. So smaller phones make our butts bigger. Man, I called it. It's that 5G chip activating. Fuck, I knew it. I should have taken more vaccines. Where's my fat ass? Musky husky, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times. Oh my god, Elon, why are you tweeting like you're 14? What the fuck? I suppose the point of posting this is saying that we've had good times, so now everyone is a little soy boy. I guess that's kind of like the edgy message, if you read between the lines here. All the 14-year-olds on Twitter must be going bananas about this.
What the f*** are you afraid of? Death? We're all gonna die. Bankruptcy? You can make it all back. Shame? Everyone will forget in a week. What the f*** are you afraid of? There is nothing to fear. Live life in your own terms.
We're very afraid of the word fuck, apparently. Death? Pfft, get out of here. Have you ever seen the word fuck? I didn't think so, Death. That's truly horrifying. 100 years ago, regular people rode horses and rich people had cars. But now, regular people have cars and rich people have horses. It's almost like when you have excess income, you spend it on like optional things that you kind of do for the lulz, you know? So back in the day when horses were mainstream and cars were kind of really pricey and cool, the rich people had cars. But nowadays when you don't need the horse and it's just for, you know, riding around in the forest because it's fun, but still kind of pricey, you do it if you can afford it and want to spend the time. Yeah, this is, this is not that deep, I'm sorry. So we're riding bikes indoors and you're riding bikes outside. This is a cover for a New Yorker issue that came out when City Bike started. It's making a joke about how people take time out of the day to go to the gym and ride stationary bikes when they could work it into a commute or just regular travel around the city. I mean, I hate training bikes and treadmills and shit. I despise that stuff. I sort of get it because not everyone has a commute that is like bikeable, for example, or maybe the weather is poopy or what have you, or it's in the middle of winter if you live in Sweden. But I also think that a lot of people could also work stuff like this into a commute. That's how I stayed in shape when I was working in a real office and had a real job, or so when I was studying. I rode my bike every day. It's great for your buttocks. And you also save time and save money. It's great. You get to have a good cake and you save money. Watching scenes from the Shire. 8-year-old me.
This is so boring. Where are the dragons? Where are the magic swords? I thought this was a fantasy movie.
Your 8-year-old take was rancid. I loved this stuff when I was a kid. Me now. People living without any worries. I guess until Saruman attacked. I mean, that's in the books, I think. But the Shire did sort of suffer, didn't it?
Without taxes, enjoying life, this is the highest of fantasies.
Pretty sure the Shire has a tax collector. Yes, Lotho, the sheriff. Was that before or after Saruman? I know I remember I found like a big thread discussing this recently. I guess people who are more entrenched in the nerdiness of Lord of the Rings can discuss this in the comments. I would love to read it, thank you. Coincidence or not, if ABCDF equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then knowledge, bunch of numbers, is 96%, but hard work is 98%. Both are important, but fall just short of 100%. Attitude is 100%. Ah, but if you do it tomorrow, it will give you 137%. So procrastination is key. Take that, dumb little inspirational poster in school. Suck my ass. This reminds me of those like conspiracy puzzles I see mom groups do on Facebook, where it's like, oh my god, if you take this company name, replace the letters by numbers, and then move it one step in the alphabet, and then multiply it by 5 for some reason, it becomes 666, which is satanic. So IKEA is actually Satan. The dude I knew in high school posted this unironically.
When they laugh and call you crazy, remember that crazy people built the Ark, and the experts built the Titanic.
So when people laugh at you and you feel down, you imagine yourself as Noah, and you imagine them dying on the Titanic. That's one way of coping with life, I guess. So here's a little test in school. School kills artists! Sad emoji and a finger! Take that test! I better get a good grade for this shit when I drew all over my test for some reason. I don't know, man, not to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. Like, when I was back in school actually endorsed my artistic stuff pretty nicely. Like, we had music classes and ensembles and stuff I used to play in, and we played at, like, I don't know, the school summer vacation day or whatever. It was fun. It was really fun. Then there is more stuff to life than just art as well, and it can be really difficult to support yourself with only art as a job, for example. So it's good to do other things, and sometimes it can also ruin the artistic thing if you try to turn it into your job, for example. That's what I often tell people when they ask me about YouTube. It's like, not everything is fitting to do as a job. I actually tried to do this a few years ago with music specifically. I took like a summer off in uni, so I worked up some money so I could afford to take like 2 months off, and then I only wrote and produced music and played and practiced and stuff. And after a couple of months, I realized that I enjoy music on a hobby level, but I get kind of burned out on it if I try to do this like 8 hours a day. And a lot of things in life are like that. Not everything is a hobby fits as a job, because you also get the pressure of like, oh my god, this has to pay my bills, and then that can very easily kill the creativity. It's okay to have it as a hobby, and maybe some things should be a hobby because that's what brings out the magic in it, because you reduce the pressure and that kind of stuff. So, I don't know, school certainly has some quirks, but I'm not sure if I agree with this. Like, what do you want to do instead? If someone gave me this, I'd probably headbutt them. An anti-depression kit. A penny, so you will never have to say I am broke. If you only have a penny, you're pretty broke. An eraser, so you can make all your mistakes disappear. That's not how that works at all. A marble, in case someone says, you've lost all your marbles. A rubber band to stretch yourself beyond your limits, but you're stretching the rubber band, not yourself. A string to tie things together when everything falls apart. Ah, yes, indeed. Like my sanity after reading this. A hug and kiss to remind you that someone somewhere cares about you. How are you putting a hug and a kiss in this dumb little plastic bag? And most of this stuff is just really stupid. It falls under like r/thanks some cure territory. It's like, you're so broke. I'm worried about next month's rent and stuff, and I'm so stressed and depressed about it. It's like, but you have a penny in this little plastic anti-depression kit, so you're not actually broke. A penny isn't gonna pay my damn rent, Karen. This is basically equivalent to like, oh my god, you're depressed. Have you tried smiling more? Oh, thanks. I'm cured.
Your attitude defines your success, not others. First place, second place, but I add them together, and that's 3, and that's me, and 3 is bigger than 1 and 2, so I actually won. Even though I wasn't the fastest, in my mind, I was the fastest. What?
Okay, like, attitude can definitely be important. It's, you know, focus on the good things, or like glass half full or whatever, or how do you function so you know how to, like, get yourself through tough periods without stressing out too hard, or like where are your limits so you can set healthy boundaries for yourself. Attitude isn't like, I don't know, gaslighting yourself into like, I was actually the fastest at this race when you weren't. Okay? That's not attitude. That's just lying.
Smile, 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 smile.
Wait, what? Why did you take the photo of him dead?
Lamau, he died. Let me post this.
What? I don't get it. Is this like some stuff like, you should smile more, sweetheart, sugar tats, and then it's like, ha, Rufflemau, you died. Is that? I don't get what. I love how incredibly incoherent half of these posts are. They're supposed to be like deep and inspirational, but it's just incoherent jargon.
1944, 17-year-olds faced war. Yeah!
2025 words require therapy, safe space, dating, and use my pronouns.
Oh, pronouns! We also can't spell anymore. We became illiterate, and we have pronouns.
And also, why does the 17-year-old in 1944 look like a 40-year-old ripped Instagram gym bro from 2025 with tattoos? Why? Everyone knows this isn't like a good representation. It's also AI slop, which just makes it a mwah. Ooh, the best post like this is when you have like, people back in the day used to work hard, but nowadays we're lazy, and the comment is like made by AI. Those are the best ones.
Boy, you have Spotify, smoking, Snapchat, and 2 girls in your balls. But if you're a man, you have a book and a dumbbell and 8 hours of sleep and a carpet.
What the what? Also, you're gonna go to the gym without listening to music? That sounds boring as hell. So you know that you become a man when the 2 little ladies in your balls fall out and are replaced with a carpet. That's when you know that you're a real man. This generation was the first to be raised online. Google taught me to be curious. Tumblr taught me to be inspired. YouTube taught me to be myself. No. 2016 libs being owned by facts and logic. Vine taught me to laugh. Oh my god, Vine was a thing. Holy shit, I feel old. DeviantArt taught me to aspire. Blogger taught me to reach out. Facebook taught me to make friends. Taught me a lot about conspiracies. Instagram taught me to share and give a lot of people body dysmorphia. Etsy taught me to be proud. Twitter taught me to listen. I don't think Twitter taught anyone to listen. Twitter is teaching people to always be angry, and your days should be spent arguing with random dumbasses who you don't even know if they're a bot or not in comments. Oh my god. And I wouldn't want it any other way. This meme is so sad, man. DeviantArt is a weird place. You would think a user is 12 years old, judging by their art and behavior. Then go on their profile to find out they have been on the site for 15 years. I think every platform has its quirks, and it's beautiful.
Haha, you're dumb because your umbrella is upside down. Oh my god, you were collecting water. Oh, that's now I'm dry and thirsty.
Bro, that must be so heavy. That must be so incredibly heavy. And also kind of like, I don't know, dirty. Are you sure you want to drink that?
Oh, we are angry, and he's getting arrested because, you're not allowed to smile according to the sign, and that's why we're arresting you, because you're outside of the norm.
I mean, with the person and the kid in the doorway, this just looks like a domestic situation. I don't know, man. Why is he also like scruffy and unshaven, has a leather jacket? It's like... The vibes are probably not vibing the way the creator intended. Honey, will you marry me? Oh, yes, please. Oh, here is the ring, but it's actually the same as putting cuffs on you. Because marriage is a fucking trap. Trust me, fellow 13-year-olds. This was either made by someone who had a shitty marriage, or it was made by a 13-year-old. There's like no in between. Congrats, you're 13 now. Wrong your, that adds into the meme. Choose your addiction. Okay, so it's cigarettes, weight, shopping, or... I see. That's great.
Death. Happy people. People who genuinely want to die.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I also love how they plastered this like random text over an already existing image with a message. It's like, oh, he's on his phone, but the light is shining on the one who's reading because of fantasy or whatever. I don't know, man. But now it's just like death and edginess. Like what, bro? Life without father. Sad and drowning in a glass, with father, floating on the glass and Heart emojis. Yeah, I would imagine having like a present, decent father figure would make life easier, but I don't know what that has to do with like drowning in a glass. And I also know plenty of families who have like single parents and stuff that are doing just fine. Like, I don't know, man.
Deep meaning. In 1980, we were all praying over our AI lumps. But in 2024, we're all on our phones. Fucking disgusting. And you see, on the painting it says Fomly False. I miss the Fomly False. I miss when that was a thing in America. I think I had this one in an AI slop video, and it keeps making the rounds. It's beautiful. Mature, praying over food. Immature, taking picture of food. Age doesn't define your maturity.
Well, not necessarily, I suppose. I know people that are quite old, that act very immature, and I also know people who grew up pretty fast due to, like, circumstances and whatever. That doesn't mean your average 8-year-old, like in this picture, is gonna be, like, a mature, fully fledged adult, okay? And the implications of implying that is also very questionable on a moral level. Like, what are you doing with that information? That is really weird. I don't know, age isn't necessarily a perfect predictor of maturity, but it correlates pretty f***ing heavily. The average 40-year-old is gonna be a bit more mature than the average 10-year-old, okay? Like, get over yourself. I hate these memes. They're so stupid.
Everyone is dealing with something. His wife just had a miscarriage. He only has $5 left. He is living in his car. He just got fired. She didn't eat the whole day. He just found out she's cheating. His son has a bean stuck in his ear.
The rest of them are like, she's in an abusive relationship, just picked up her late dog's ashes. He just lost his daughter. His son's playing with fucking beans, man, damn it.
She's pregnant at just 16.
But she's driving? When can you get a driver's license? Can you get a driver's license at 16? Here's 18. Should she be driving at the first? She's just pregnant at 16. And she's also driving without a license. Is there a text like that somewhere? Driving without a license?
Okay, but to be fair though, this post is actually not that bad, you know? One thing I usually like to, reflect and talk about a little bit is that think about all the things that you don't tell everyone in the world, like struggles or health things or concerns or what have you. And then you think okay, everyone else must have it so easy. But then you think about hey, how often do I share these things with everybody? And the answer is not that often or not that many, and that is probably the case for everyone else too. And that can make you feel a bit less alone in whatever struggle you're going through. You're not necessarily gonna see it on other people because it's also kind of invisible on yourself, unless you tell someone, which you should always have someone that you can tell, but you get the gist. Thus, the writer just think poetry is a sentence that is separated for no reason at all. Alright, let's see here.
How can someone be so beautiful? Everything about you is perfect. You're my person.
Wrong, this is great poetry.
You will always be my person. You don't know pain until you find something on his phone you wasn't supposed to find. God damn. You don't know that grammar was a thing until you wrote a poem with the wrong. Your
businessman versus entrepreneur. Oh shit, we're on the AI grindset part of TikTok. Hell yeah, my favorite. So the businessman is just selling watermelons for $4 each, but the entrepreneur is turning them into juice and selling them for $4 each, which means that there's probably more than one juice glass per melon, so you're making more money. You just need a bit of starting capital for the mixer and stuff, So I hope you learned some. Go sell watermelons, kids, and you'll be a billionaire, trust me. 1.8 million likes. Somehow I feel like you make more money posting brain rot memes like this one about entrepreneurship than actually following the tips of entrepreneurships in the post. It's the same kind of feeling as all the investors you see online, but then you realize that all of the revenue comes from selling courses on how to invest, and it's if you were really this magic guru on investing, you would just be rich from investing, you wouldn't have to sell courses. Protect your family! Oh my god, it's gay Buzz Lightyear! But I have a shield, so my wife and kids are safe from the gay agenda, Buzz Lightyear!
Oh my, thank God for the anti-gay shield! I hate it when Buzz Lightyear breaks into my home and sprays my family with his gay beam. That relatable moment. Also, on a bit more of a serious note, I also find posts like these to be kind of out there, because they kind of assume that being gay is something that you're influenced into being or it's a choice, right? If you just shield your family from this stuff, your kid will not be gay. But it's more likely your kid is just gonna be in the closet and really confused and concerned with who they actually are, and then they're gonna be worried if you support them, and then the family eventually falls apart when you don't accept who they are and they become adult enough to actually live the life they want to live. So this kind of logic doesn't lead to happiness for anyone, but certainly not your family or your kid.
You'll be a feminist until you get married.
Wait, what?
Communist until you get rich. And an atheist until the airplane starts falling. Read that again.
I hate the ones that say read it again. I can read, thank you. Okay, some of these have like a smidge of truth in them, right? It's like, oh, some people are hypocrites, you know? It's like, oh my god, you'll be a heckin' socialist until you have money yourself, and there's like no longer so, you know, some people are like that. But what do you mean you'll be a feminist until you get married? What does that mean? I'll stand up for women's rights until I have a partner I'm supposed to care about and then f them rights? Like, that's not good, bro. You're probably not ready for a relationship. Holy shit.
The year is 2030. Most men have sex bots. Women in desperation yell, "They don't love you like a real human being." Men whisper back,
Oh, neither do you. Oh, right in the heart. God.
No one that actually goes outside thinks like this. Please touch grass. Thank you. Oh, we have more boy-men comparison. Boy has a red flag, phones and cigarettes and alcohols and loads of women. But men have one queen, and then they squat and meditate, and they read, and they flex, and they have a lock. Because real men like locks. And you have a heart, which the boy doesn't have. That organ develops when you become a man. Oh, he also plays video games. That's pretty based, though. Okay, half-based post. Breaking. Scientists discovered a cure for every illness. No more disease ever again. Ooh.
No! What about all the doctors? This is horrible!
Okay, but that just means there is a cure, though. There is a treatment. That doesn't mean that we don't need doctors to, like, do the cures and the treatments. You know, it's like, oh, we have this new method for healing broken legs. You still kind of need to go to the hospital and see a doctor for your broken leg, you know? And they still need to x-ray it and do this kind of stuff, and then recovery, and then, like, you know, physiotherapy and shit. Like, it's... I don't know, man. This is dumb. It's about on par with what I expected from a deep AI meme. Viruses. It looks the same as humanity in space. Are we actually the virus? Spreading into the star? I mean, probably. This one probably has a point, though. Minecraft taught us one thing. You are not afraid to die. You're afraid to lose everything you have. And since when am I able to respawn? You can be sure you'd be afraid to die in Minecraft if you were banned from playing the game again on your first death. And to that, your trial will end randomly between 50 hours and 80 hours of play. Or you can just play hardcore, and the world deletes itself when you die. That's another thing. You know, the comparison between a game and real life doesn't really work when you can just respawn.
1% battery.
Priorities. I like the box that just... Priorities. Man kills himself to charge his phone. Priorities. Man, that's so deep. Wait a second. When I look closer at this, I also love how he unplugged his, his life support, but he left the screen that monitors his heart in. So he could have just prioritized a bit smarter, and he could have still had the life support and charge his phone, just not have the heart monitor on. So I suppose priorities is a point, but probably not the point they were making. Just don't be a dumbass, I suppose is the lesson here. Struggle now, enjoy your life. Enjoy now, struggle for life. Oh, it's like an old Swedish saying. Den som spar han har. The one who saves, they got. Which sometimes makes sense, not always. A reoccurring thing with these posts is how much they simplify life, and how much they think that struggle and success are linked. Some people struggle now and for life. Others are born into success. Or maybe someone is struggling and working hard and that kind of stuff. Stuff is difficult, and they're like, oh my god, it's gonna be easier later, and then boom, accident happens or whatever. You know, life is kind of whack that way. Like, I know what the thing is trying to say. It's like those old sayings that, you know, save it for later, and, you know, then you're gonna have some, but... You know, that's not always how life works either. You know, it can be a basic thing to aim for, like think long term or whatever, but it certainly isn't like some magical trick or whatever. It's also simplifying life way too much. Parents, we have always let him do whatever he wants. Also them. Okay, this one is good though. This one is good. This one is good. This one is based. This one is absolutely based.
Crazy how kids 80 years ago used to fake their age to join the army. Now teens fake their age to buy flavored lung cancer. Skull emoji.
Ah, yes, indeed, because kids 80 years ago certainly weren't, I don't know, smoking. They were probably smoking way more 80 years ago than they are now. Ah, it's just a picture.
The picture. You see, the woman unlocks the man's mind, and the man unlocks the woman's ass. 387,000 likes. Philosophy TikTok, I fucking love you.
As a man, I feel like my mind is too locked and I need a woman to uncram that thing. But I also know what it's like to have an unlocked ass. So I will teach my partner how to unlock their ass with my ass key. Welcome to my TED Talk.
Love you.
Help me!
Is this like some deep message about being stuck in a bad relationship? I suppose. Because otherwise it's kind of stupid. Like, I think you know what each other's rings look like. You know, it's like, honey, why does it say help me on the inside of your wedding ring? It's like, I don't know. Oops.
Thank you, women. Thank you for heartbreak, trust issues, victim blaming, manipulation, turning me into the villain.
Thank you, females, for turning me into the villain. Okay, don't worry about it, Timmy. I know that Stacy from 4th grade broke up with you, or whatever, but you'll find love again, trust me. Just don't post like this. This will make sure that you don't find love again, okay? This is bad. Man, this post really had me in the first half. Not gonna lie, it was so colorful and nice, and it's just like...
You turned me into a villain, Stacy, in 4th grade. You see what you made me? You unleashed the demon in me.
Oh, it's the alphabet.
Boys, lie. 13-year-old girls.
What most people see, just like Times Square.
What I see. Consume, stay asleep, work, yield, obey, watch television, buy. Oh, that is so deep. I am the only one who knows that ads are meant to sell shit. God, I'm so smart. I see through it.
R/trolley problem. Suicidal trolley problem. Suicidal wants to live. If you pull the lever, both people will love another 60 years. I guess live another 60 years. The suicidal person will never improve and will try to off himself again, but will be unable to and be in pain for the rest of their life. Do you force an ill person into a life of pain to save one who wants to live? As someone who was suicidal, even if I were to never get better, I would want the person next to me to live. I would never want to bring another person down to death with me if it came to that. I did get better, by the way. Congrats on getting better! Woo! I think that's also like the healthy attitude about it, right? Like there's plenty of suffering in the world, but I don't think the solution to your suffering is just, I don't know, making someone else suffer. Does that make sense?
Did you know? No one can destroy iron.
I mean, a lot of things can destroy iron, but its own rust can, among a lot of things, like melting it or punching it repeatedly. Likewise, no one can destroy a person, except also melting it or punching it repeatedly, but his own mindset can. This must be the shittiest post yet. This is so bad. No one can destroy iron. You know, ignore these ways, all these ways to destroy iron, just like no one can destroy a person. Ignore all those ways to, but you know, just like with iron that thinks itself into rust, a person will also rust if it thinks bad, but it can't die from a hammer just like iron.
Pictures with a sad truth crying emoji. Look, back in the day we had big clunky phones, but now we have bigger screens and fewer birds. Birds are a very important part of nature.
What the f*** is this post even trying to say, man? Phones are made of birds? There has been a widespread belief on how waves emitted from cellular service lines harm birds. Some species of birds rely on magnetic fields for navigation, and the towers emitting the waves apparently disrupt their migration and communication. This rumor piqued an interest with the recent innovation of 5G and conspiracy theories around it. It is baseless, though. Oh, it was like a COVID conspiracy. That's fun. Oh, this pic says a lot. Very sad. You see the axe is teaching all the little woodmen, and here is parent woodmen bringing the little log in. Oh, do you think the teacher is gonna chop them into a little person? Disgusting. I mean, this has a bit of like rebellious undertones, doesn't it? It's kind of like, you know, screw the system sort of vibes, you know. I want to be an illiterate log. I can sort of vibe with that. Man, when a man loves truly, he acts like a child. That's
Does he though?
Woman. When a woman loves truly, she acts like a mother. What kind of like man baby kink is this?
Well, I love you so much.
Mommy, now, Timmy, who's also my husband, eat your broccoli or you won't get ice cream. What?
Throw me to the wolves. I'll return leading the pack.
Are we dead ass? Inspiration, Jim. Ooh, we are the wolves. I can bench press as much as a wolf, man.
Turns out vaping really was bad.
We sacrificed our lungs to save our minds, Blackheart.
705 people liked this comment. 705 people were like, yeah, oh, the suffering of being in school. God, I have to destroy my lungs to save my brain. That doesn't sound like healthy coping. You should probably find better coping.
One locks you in with bars, the prison bus, school bus. The other with bells. You see? School is prison, because both places you get food in, and buses are a means of transportation sometimes. This picture says a lot about the father's efforts, but the kid only sees the mother's love. Look how disgusting is this. The father is holding up both of them, but the kid only sees the smoochies from the mother. This says a lot about society and why you should never get married. Here's my twitlonger about the problems of modern marriage and relationships. I am 15, by the way, follow Andrew Tate and have never had a girlfriend. But let me tell you why marriage is bad. Be careful who you help. People forget their past easily.
Yeah, never help your kids because they might grow up to kill you and eat you or whatever. So you should abandon your kids and abandon your pets and never help anyone because one day they might eat you. I think this post would have a bit more of a zing. Evil stuff like, don't be so nice that you let people use you. Or maybe like, even if you rescue a wild animal and it's cute and it's still gonna be a wild animal and, you know, might do wild you know, those two are perfectly fine iterations of this post. The other ones are a bit questionable, like, you better dump your child in the forest because otherwise your child might eat you, man. Come on.
Well, laddies, lasses and lasses, I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed having you here and you learned some deep philosophy. Also check out the emotional support demon Gaycation. I don't know where it went. I have the glasses here, but that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.